Yumenglong's unreleased song moves the world after his death. The internet trembled the moment the first note played. A song, so pure, so haunting, that fans across the world broke into tears within minutes of hearing it. The voice belonged to the late Yumenglong, the actor and singer whose mysterious death left millions shattered. But no one was ready for this. No one expected his final message to come through music. The title of the song, Light Doesn't Die. It wasn't released by his label. It wasn't promoted by his management. It appeared out of nowhere on a private forum known only to insiders of the Chinese entertainment industry. Within minutes, the leak spread across platforms. Within an hour, it had 30 million plays. Within a day, government censors tried to remove it, claiming unverified origins. But it was too late. The song had become a phenomenon. The voice that returned from the shadows. Fans who heard the track say, "It doesn't sound like any of Yumenglong's previous songs. It's deeper, almost trembling, as if he recorded it in pain or fear." His breathing between the verses, one music engineer said, wasn't just exhaustion. It sounded like he knew something was ending. In the first verse he sings, "When they took my light, I hid my soul in sound. If truth can't be spoken, let it echo underground." The lyrics hit the fandom like lightning. They remembered the mysterious voice notes found on his missing phone, the unfinished scripts, and the contracts that were allegedly linked to industry corruption. Every word of Light Doesn't Die felt like a coded confession, the recording that shouldn't exist. Investigators close to the case revealed something chilling. The song wasn't found in Yumenglong's official music archives. It was recovered from a damaged SD card that his assistant had secretly saved after his death. The card was hidden in a drawer under layers of old audition tapes. The assistant, who has remained anonymous, reportedly said, "He told me if anything happens to him, release the music. The world will know." When digital experts restored the audio file, they found two layers of sound. The first used vocals. The second, an almost inaudible background of static, whispers, and what appeared to be faint mechanical hums. Some claim it's just interference. Others believe it's a recording of the location where he spent his final hours before collapsing. The hidden message. At timestamp 2:43, listeners discovered something spine-chilling. A reversed echo of his voice saying, "They wanted silence, but I recorded the truth." The lines spread like wildfire. Every fan, every journalist, every content creator started dissecting the track, isolating frequencies, decoding patterns. One frequency spectrogram even revealed the faint shape of a name, Liang, believed to reference Liang Zhen, the director of Yumenglong's final cancelled project. Was the song meant to expose someone? And if so, why release it only after his death? The emotional tsunami. In Beijing, fans filled candlelight vigils outside his former recording studio, holding printed lyrics to Light Doesn't Die. In Seoul, Paris, and Los Angeles, crowds gathered in front of screens playing fan-made music videos synced to his song. The impact wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual. People felt as if Yumenglong was still here, guiding them through his art. His longtime friend and rumored collaborator, actress Tan Songyun, posted a tearful video saying, "This song isn't just music. It's him talking to us one last time." Every lyric is like his heartbeat, but then the video vanished within hours. Fans suspected censorship. Others believed Tan Songyun received a direct order to delete it. The industry in panic. The sudden appearance of this song triggered chaos within the entertainment industry. Record labels began scrambling, issuing denials, and hiring lawyers to protect intellectual property. Yet, no one could claim ownership. The metadata of the file listed the author simply as YML, posthumous version. Multiple production staff came forward anonymously, revealing that Yumenglong had been working on a secret side project before his death, a raw, experimental album titled Revelation 11. It was supposedly a metaphorical record chronicling betrayal, truth, and rebirth. The leaked song is believed to be track 7 from that collection, the only surviving piece. The emotional core of Light Doesn't Die. The song crescendos with a haunting bridge. They built their fame on broken dreams. I sang beneath the sound of screams. But light doesn't die, it only hides, until the night stops telling lies. That final line, until the night stops telling lies, has become a rallying cry among his global fans. Social media users now tag their tributes with hashtag light doesn't die and hashtag justice for yumenglong. Art pages, digital murals, and music covers flood every platform, turning grief into resistance. The investigators speak. A new layer of the story emerged when a Beijing audio technician claimed the file was tampered with before release. Someone wanted the world to hear it, he said. But not everything. When asked to explain, he revealed that the song originally contained an outro monologue, cut from the leaked version. This lost outro allegedly contained yumenglong's spoken words, where he quietly said, "If you hear this, that means they won." The technician refused to clarify who they were, but his eyes reportedly shook with fear during the interview. The global aftershock. 2 weeks after the leak, the song reached #1 on global streaming charts, surpassing even major releases. Major labels issued copyright strikes, but fans continuously re-uploaded it in remixes, slowed versions, and instrumental edits. Even AI artists recreated his voice to complete the unfinished lyrics. International musicians began joining in, creating tributes and mashups. A Tokyo orchestra released a symphonic version. A Korean DJ added subtle electronic layers to highlight yumenglong's whispered undertones. What began as a leaked song has now turned into a global movement, a bridge between truth, art, and mourning. The final revelation. Late one night, a music producer who once worked with yumenglong revealed a shocking detail in a live stream. He claimed that you had recorded 3 final tracks, each stored in separate drives with symbolic titles: Light, Fire, and Ashes. Only light has surfaced. The producer ended his stream with these chilling words: "When fire burns, ashes will speak." That single line reignited theories that yumenglong had planned a 3-part message meant to expose a massive secret behind his downfall. Was Light Doesn't Die just the beginning? A legacy that refuses to fade. Even in death, yumenglong's artistry is rewriting history. His voice, once silenced by power, has returned stronger than ever. The leaked track not only revived his name but also forced the entertainment industry to confront its deepest, darkest corners. His fans say he didn't just sing. He spoke truth wrapped in melody. And as millions continue to listen to Light Doesn't Die, one thing has become certain. Yumenglong may be gone, but his light still burns, and this time, the world is finally watching. The world thought the story ended when Menglong's unreleased song shook the internet. But that was only the beginning. The deeper investigators dug, the more terrifying the truth behind Light Doesn't Die became. It wasn't just a song. It was a map, a coded confession wrapped in melody, revealing the people who may have wanted Yumenglong silenced forever. The studio that shouldn't exist. A week after the song leak, fans discovered something eerie. In the original file metadata, a hidden GPS coordinate appeared under recording location. When traced, it pointed not to any known studio, but to an abandoned recording facility on the outskirts of Hangzhou, one that had been shut down for electrical hazards years ago. A group of investigative YouTubers visited the location at dawn, cameras rolling. What they found sent shivers across the fandom. Dust-covered microphones, old lyric sheets with blood-like stains, and a single cracked monitor still flickering faintly with the words, "Project 11 completed." They uploaded the footage online before authorities shut down the building that same night. But fans had already mirrored the video everywhere. The second voice in the song. Sound engineers working independently on the leaked track claimed to have discovered something unsettling, a second voice buried beneath Yumenglong's main vocals. It wasn't harmony. It was whispering, overlapping in broken sentences, as if someone was feeding him instructions during the recording. At timestamp 128, a faint voice could be heard saying, "Keep going, they're listening." No one could confirm whose voice it was, but online detectives speculated it might belong to Xian Chi, Yu's former manager, already infamous after the interrogation leaks. Others believed it was the voice of a producer tied to government-owned media companies, hinting that the entire recording might have been monitored. Suddenly, Light Doesn't Die stopped feeling like a love song or a message of hope. It became evidence. Fans discovered the cry pattern. Fans began analyzing the waveform visuals of the leaked track. They noticed something unusual. At certain moments where Yu's voice broke emotionally, the pattern formed repeated spikes spelling out help in Morse code. Whether coincidence or deliberate, the pattern repeated 3 times, each aligning perfectly with lyrics about the walls closing in. One fan, a software engineer from Shenzhen, broke down in tears during her live stream. He wasn't singing. He was begging. Every sound, every breath, every silence, it's a cry for help we ignored. The stream hit over 15 million views in hours. The daylight investigation. Reporters flooded the streets outside Starlight Entertainment, Yumenglong's former agency. Their CEO, Liang Zhen, had avoided interviews for months, but when confronted live on camera, his reaction stunned the nation. When asked about Light Doesn't Die, he snapped, shouting, "That song should never have existed. Delete it, delete all of it." Seconds later, his assistant pulled him away, but the damage was done. Social media erupted, with millions demanding to know why a music executive would panic over a song described as a farewell letter from an artist to his fans. That outburst only confirmed one thing in the minds of fans. Yumenglong had recorded something they never wanted the world to hear. The secret vault. 3 days later, an anonymous whistleblower, rumored to be an intern from the studio, contacted online journalists. He claimed that the original hard drive containing Yu's final recordings was stored in a corporate vault in Shanghai, guarded under false documentation labeled marketing assets. The whistleblower described what he saw before fleeing his job. There were multiple folders with voice memos, audio takes, and something called Session X. But that one had a red warning tag, restricted by Order 72. No one was allowed to open it. Order 72 is later revealed to be a legal directive used to suppress politically sensitive material. Why was Yumenglong's music classified under it? That question alone sparked chaos online. The unfinished verse. A few days after, an anonymous channel uploaded what they claimed was an extended version of Light Doesn't Die. This version contained an unfinished verse that was cut from the leak. The missing lines. I sang beneath their heavy hands, with chains disguised as wedding bands. If silence wins, the soul still cries, because truth survives when memory dies. The verse directly referenced chains and silence, metaphors consistent with the allegations of exploitation and control within his management circle. Fans and investigators connected this verse to several ongoing corruption probes in the Chinese entertainment industry.
Desesperem de outro.
Forensic analysts continued decoding the song's audio layers and uncovered one last haunting revelation. At the very end, beneath the final piano note, a reversed whisper emerged, faint, but undeniable. When played backward, Yu's trembling voice said, "Tell my mother I finished it." That one sentence destroyed every wall of denial. The emotional earthquake it triggered could be felt across borders. Vigils turned into mass memorials. The song, already viral, became a national wound reopened. Even people who had never heard of Yumenglong before found themselves crying over a stranger who sang through his pain. The public outcry. Thousands gathered at his resting site, playing Light Doesn't Die from their phones in unison. The sound echoed like a sea of sorrow. Journalists reported seeing fans faint from emotion, others clutching handmade signs that read, "He finished it. Now, let us finish his fight." International media outlets picked up the story, calling Yumenglong the voice that refuses to die. The Guardian wrote, "He turned death into art, and art into evidence." CNN called the leak a cultural rebellion. And while Chinese authorities tried to suppress the conversation, the song's ghost had already crossed every firewall. The manager breaks silence. In a shocking twist, Yumenglong's ex-manager, Xin, reappeared after weeks in hiding. He posted a cryptic video on a private forum, saying, "You think you know the song? You don't know who helped him record it." The video cut off right after that. But fans caught a reflection in the background, a government ID badge with the emblem of CCTV, China's central television. The theory exploded. Was Yumenglong's final recording done inside a state facility? Was the government aware of what he was planning to release? Every second of silence after that felt heavier than thunder. The song that became immortal. By the end of the month, Light Doesn't Die was no longer just a leak. It had become a revolution. Murals appeared across Asia, graffiti of Yu's face illuminated by candles, and the phrase, "He finished it," became a worldwide movement. The truth may still be buried under contracts, vaults, and fear, but Yumenglong's melody tore through the walls built to contain it. Even now, every time the final chorus echoes, "Light doesn't die, it only hides," millions pause, listening for his breath between the notes. Because deep down they know, he left the truth in the music, and it's still singing.